Kvlt, how you doing?
I am all right, my man. I'm all right. How you keeping?
Hey, I'm great. Great as always, man. Good to see you. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, good to see you. Hey, thanks for having me. We're in really exciting times, I have to say. There's a hell of a lot going on.
There's way too much going on, actually. I'm overstimulated. I'm underpaid and overstimulated, my friend. Yeah. So where do we begin, man? Well, how did you get into crypto, man? And then how did you discover PulseChain? Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I think the first time I heard about crypto, really, I used to work for a global leading software as a service company. Really? Doing, selling enterprise level software to some of the biggest companies in the world. And I was sort of in a sales marketing, biz dev sort of role. And at that company, because it was enterprise software, we had 200 developers who worked really closely with me, And I remember one day some guy comes over and he said, "Have you heard about this thing called Bitcoin?" And I said, no. So I sort of had a look. I'm guessing it was around 2013 or 14. I think the price was around $500 at the time. And he gave me a short piece of script to run on my laptop. Yeah. And I tried doing that for a while. And I've kind of forgot about it. And I left that company. I went off to do my own thing for years. And it was really during the 2020 times when the whole world was looking at crypto, it sort of popped in my mind again. I thought, I wonder what happened with this crypto thing. And I started having a bit of a more in-depth look, and yeah, I was sorry. I was sorry I didn't think about all those Bitcoin. But yeah, so that was that, and then I just started really looking around on YouTube. I found Randy Hilarski, and Randy was talking about Hex. And I was like, what is this?
Talk about it.
COD on blockchain? What? 34% interest? What? So I sort of went down the Hex rabbit hole. And at the time, I think it was during that time when I think I just missed the Pulse sacrifice, but Pulse Sac was going. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, so I'm in, and I've been in the Hex ecosystem since, Hex, PulseChain, this is where it's at. This is the really exciting things that's happening in the world.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Or at least in our world.
I agree. I think it is the most exciting thing happening in crypto right now, short of presidential meme coins. But yeah, that's cool, man. So you dove in. So were you also a Hexagon as well? Did you?
Yeah. I'm Quattro Cinco Club, the whole lot, man.
Yeah, right on, man. Same here. Cheers. Quattro Cinco all the way. So where do you think we are right now? I guess let's just start with Hex. How's that looking to you? How's the future look for Hex?
If we talk original Hex, eHex, to be perfectly honest, I look, most of my stakes are over on Ethereum as well. I still have all of those, running all the way out. I'm not really too worried about it so much. Granted, look, the price is absolutely in the dumps. Everything has gone down. I don't think what RH said was probably the right thing to have said at the time regarding it. But I kind of, on the fringe side, I understand why he did it, I guess. Try and funnel more effort towards our end. I wouldn't worry about it too much. We know this cycle, next cycle, new people coming in through Ethereum, they're going to find Hex, aren't they? Hex is still going to be a stepping stone to PulseChain all the time, I think. I don't think we have too much to worry about on that end. Whether the price recovers to where it was before, who knows?
Do you see, do you think parity is going to happen? The unicorn of parity?
Honestly, if it was going to happen, I think it would have a hell of a lot to do with the boss man himself, right?
Yeah, right.
I think if he wants it to, if he wants it, it'll happen. If he doesn't want it, and he's not really worried about it anymore because this is the new shining mountain on the hill or whatever,
Yeah.
Then yeah. But how can you not be happy with the existing RH tickers over on Pulse, right?
Right.
Every one of them are doing wonderful things right now.
Yeah, they are. Everything's showing strength. We're starting to head in the right direction. Do you think RH is 5, 6, or 7 chess moves ahead of the industry?
I do. Purely because who knows what plans he has for when his Ethereum hits whatever price target he has for it.
That's true.
It's a hell of a lot. It's a hell of a. Was it 170,000 that he bought with the SAC funds that time? We think.
Yeah.
Not including whatever he has by himself anyway.
Yeah.
Outside of all of that. I mean,
so before it hits, before he's in profit on that trade, do you think we won't see a whole lot from him, or do you think that's a decoy?
No, I do think I've been thinking about this really quite a lot. I do think his hands are kind of tied at the moment.
Right, it is tough.
Yeah, but whether it's because someone is advising him on the side that maybe don't go too far into it. But I mean, we can see even over the last couple of days, we can see the amount of tweets, the amount of his activity on X is. I mean, he's pumping out 6, 8, 10 posts a day. We haven't seen that from him in a long time.
No. He's preparing for the bull run, for the real run here, I guess.
I think he is. And I think, how do you feel about these Ethereum ETFs? I mean, it's day 2.
Well, I think that inflows are going to happen slowly anyway. I thought it was strange that the price wasn't rallying nonstop, which had me wondering if everyone's already bought. At the same time, it takes time for these kind of these people that are at that level to make their positions. They have to go through a lot of paperwork before they can allocate in that sense, which people need to know. At the same time, my friends that work at hedge funds, they're in either Mykonos or Italy, along with most of Wall Street, to be honest, for July, and then some of them are getting back in August. So they're pretty much away from their desks anyway. A lot of these people. Yeah, it is summer. It is strange. I mean, I would have thought it would have been rallying. Don't you think?
But
as a buy the rumor, sell the news, typical.
Yeah, the same. I would have thought it would have gone crazy, but we thought the same about the Bitcoin ETFs, right? And I think we're a bit underwhelmed there in the beginning as well. But I don't know who I was watching. It rallied,
and then it sold off as expected or weakened.
Yeah. I was watching someone. I don't know who it was. I think it was Summy. I think it was Summy yesterday night, or maybe this morning. But there was a bunch of huge sell-off, like planned sell-off of Ethereum yesterday, which kind of suppressed the run that we were expecting, I think, as well. So I think there's lots of different things that come into it, And like I say, look, it's day 1 or day 2 now. I wouldn't worry too much. I don't really like looking at charts too often. I'm sort of I have a long-term vision on these things,
Yeah. Ethereum.
Because hey, that's quite pretty.
Yeah, it's holding the range. We're all looking at Ethereum because our alts are connected to it, of course. Mm-hmm. It's strange. There's too much going on. It's obvious nobody wants us to know what's going on. That's obvious. We're all following. Yeah. We're looking at the charts. We're following where we are in the cycle strategically, and this would be technically the next wave up from here. But there's a lot of shenanigans going on for sure, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Now, where do you think we are on Pulse and PulseX incentive, the rest of the ecosystem? How's it looking to you?
Honestly, I think last week we saw a few really good days, didn't we? We saw a few really good days. I think even as much as a week, or about 8 or 9 days. Was it? We had 8 or 9 green days in a row.
Yeah, we had at least.
Yeah, and I think, and we saw. Okay, now I don't know if you watch much of the drama on X.
So
as much
there's a drama everywhere,
as I do.
You're gonna have to be specific. Yeah. There's just so much.
Oh no, I don't want to be. I don't want to be too specific. I don't want to shout anyone out. But
which soap opera are you talking about?
Okay, just pick one because they're kind of all the same at this stage.
Okay.
But as soon as we saw those green candles last week, it seems like there was a lot of forgiveness going around. I think the sentiment when we see red candles all the time, it's just like siblings squabbling, isn't it? It's just like siblings having their little arguments, and then the green candles come along. They have a distraction, and everything's forgiven. But one of the most exciting things I think really is even during all this time, even during all this downtime, we have some amazing people that are building some amazing projects, right? It's just build. Now is the time to build.
There's really amazing things happening on PulseChain. I mean, to be honest, this has come. By the way, if you've ever seen my chart, I've had these boxes here for months now, and we are exactly. I drew this back in February. I have a video where I have this box, and we're sitting right in it. So, I mean, I feel like we're where it needed to go and needed to be.
Yeah.
The question now is, do we chop sideways? I don't see a whole lot of neat reason for us to go any, really much lower. But the question is, do we just chop around until we're ready to run? That's really, I think, what it comes down to.
Yeah. I would absolutely agree with you on that one. There's two things really which will kick us off, I think, right? Number one, obviously, is we want Ethereum to start running. We've been waiting for Ethereum to start running all year, basically all this year. And we haven't really seen that much out of it in terms of its reflection to Pulse. But it's coming, and we know it's coming. And, even during that time, there's been a lot of projects on Pulse that, they have some nice little wins for people. It's quite easy to get distracted, It's quite easy to get distracted. But, if you just stay the course, do what you're doing. Try not to bicker too much with anyone on the outside, unless that's your thing. If you enjoy doing it, all the power to you. For any of these people. But I'm not really in for that. I want to see real DeFi. I want to see real protocols which offer something really, really cool to decentralized finance. And
yeah.
And by doing that, it's an inevitability that we're going to win.
I agree with you. I think there's catalysts that haven't fully reared their head yet, and they're going to rear their head. And this is where I believe RH is quite a few steps ahead. They've already thought through these catalysts, and when they happen, it is going to drive a flood of liquidity toward us like we've never seen. Like just tidal waves of liquidity.
Yes, a tsunami of money is coming.
Tsunami of money is coming. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I really believe that, and then I think it's inevitable then as well that we will have a tsunami of people over here.
Yep.
Right now, we're kind of treading water, I think, a little bit, just because we're all waiting. But at the same time, there's a bunch of good projects out there. Just keep building, and then when the people come, it's ready. You're building them all before a single person even knows it's there.
Yeah. Agreed. So what are you building? You guys have been busy too.
Well, oh my God, there's been a hell of a lot going on. But our main founder, Jacob, he's a day 5 hexagon. Okay. He actually worked on the original Hex website. He optimized the original Hex website. There was talks about him becoming one of the PulseChain devs at one stage.
Really?
Yeah. He's the real deal, as they say.
How did you meet Jacob?
Jacob. I remember when all these sacrifices were happening. All the liquid loan sacrifices and the PulseX sacrifice was on. There's a bunch of sacrifices, and he had a sacrifice running for the world's first truly decentralized player versus player casino on chain. I thought, gambling is a really big market. Everyone. I mean, look, we're in crypto. The chances of you being, taking risks, taking a bit of a gamble on crypto, you're as good as any. So I sacrificed for it, and I got talking to him, got talking to the team. This was
Wasn't it called like PulsePot or something?
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. PulsePot. Yeah.
PulsePot?
It was PulsePot. So we had the PulsePot sacrifice going. We kind of just got a chat to the team, was active in the telegrams and stuff like that. And I kind of just, the more the PulsePot evolved, the more I thought, okay, I kind of developed a bit of a belief in Jacob himself, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. So this is the jackpot game. So it's basically 2 players and smart contracts. That's it. You know, there's in what makes it a decentralized casino. The casino doesn't hold any money. There actually is no casino really, because you're not winning any money from the casino. You're winning money from other players. The casino just takes a small fee from the winner of every transaction, which is used to go back and buy and burn its own token, PLSP. By the way, there's only 1 million PLSP in existence ever.
Okay.
And I think so far like 5% have been burned. So yeah, that's our chart. Thanks to Pulse. When you can see when we had that big run up, that was exactly it was around January, February. Remember when Pulse had this massive run?
Yeah.
At the start of the year, so it was that, and then slowly it's just been going down ever since, because Pulse just keeps going down.
But it's tracking with Pulse right now. It's moving. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do when Pulse is supposed to do it. But
probably get
the price of the token itself. If we take that out of play just for a second, it's about the fact that this technology is on chain forever. There's only ever been 1 million tokens in existence. So far, I think maybe 4.3% of them have been burned. So yes, we can think about the token price in itself going up just because it's going to be tracked by Pulse, which it will. We all know. I mean, it's going to, especially with the market cap that it is. I mean, it can do horrendous numbers by that. But it's constantly being burned out of existence, just constantly. Every single game, every single play, it's just burning it out of existence.
Where can we?
It's never going to stop.
Let's see the burn. Okay, so we've burned almost 5%.
Yeah, almost 5%, and we launched on the 7th of January.
Oh, right on. Cool. Very cool.
Yeah, so these things are going out of fashion, you know.
So you found out about this, but how did you get to know Jacob though? How did you meet him?
That's it. So it was really through the sacrifice for this, because obviously this only went live on the 7th of January, even though the sacrifice happened way back in 2022.
Okay.
You know, I think the middle of 2022. So it was really like in the telegrams, when it was being developed, you know, I was talking to the guys there. When it was on testnet, there was a lot of testing around, so I was talking to the guys there, and I got to know everyone on the team. And you know, as Jacob started to go and do other projects, while we were waiting for PulseChain, we actually launched this over on the Binance Smart Chain as well. Later on this year, this will also be on another blockchain. It's either going to be on Arbitrum or Radix, for example. And it's really the ultimate goal of launching on all these other chains is to bring all the eyes back to PulseChain. So for an onboarding tool, you know, it's the right kind of product. It's amazing tech in itself. Anyone that really knows code, I mean, really go and have a look at these smart contracts there. It's phenomenal. Like it's
really good.
Truly decentralized. Yeah, this is CoinWars. So this is like a coin flip game, which is like 50-50 chance. We have Plinko on there, which is another 50-50 game. Yeah, you know Plinko. It's like a carnival type thing.
Yeah. Oh, this is cool. I mean, this is great. So, you know, I think as attention comes, I could see, you know, people are going to come here. They're going to play, of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, when we launched, like I say, and Pulse had this little run up. I mean, there was these things where it was chock a block all the time, nonstop. But now that this is ready, Jacob has a hell of a lot of other ideas for a lot of other different projects. And since then, we've sort of migrated on a little bit. So this will get all its attention in due time. As soon as the market starts to move. And in the meantime, we have Pulse Mafia, which is around. We also have PulsePredict, which is a spin-off of this. So PulsePredict is literally price call betting. So you can, and sports betting in a decentralized way on chain. So that's also there.
Is there a ticker? Or is on the, it's on
no,
PulsePot, I'm sorry.
No. PulsePredict.io is the website. Right now, it's in accumulation phase, so the token actually hasn't gone live yet. Okay. But anyone that creates price calls in the protocol at the moment, or if you bet on a game, you're actually earning the PulsePredict token. So you can earn these tokens before the token is even launched yet. So right now it's in launch phase. I think right now the total supply would be around 1.6 billion tokens. That's as it currently is now. Obviously, as people start to use the platform more before then.
This is cool.
This is literally. I mean, you're a TA guy, right? If you were to go and look at the dashboards, you might have to connect to wallets, have a look at dashboards for the price calls. Okay. But you as a TA guy, I mean, you could literally set up your own dashboard where you could show your own TA, because obviously if you do, a lot of people that do TA, they have put a price prediction in. You can literally create a bet on the price prediction.
Really?
Someone else takes the other side. Yeah, someone else takes the other side of your bet.
Oh, I would have loved that. I would have loved that. That would have been cool.
I mean, it's live. I mean, you could do it now. You can do it now. You can create a dashboard. Yeah, so you can actually bet against other people now, and you can use the platform. And in the meantime, you will also be accumulating these predict tokens before they go live. I think they go live in about 35 days from now, I think.
Got you. Okay.
So you can go into create a price call for yourself. Maybe put it out to the community and say, hey, look, who's gonna take the other side of this? You can you can bet on all these different tokens too.
Wow, this is very.
It's really, really cool tech. Cool. For TA people, I think it's fantastic because you can also have.
There's hardly any TA people in our community.
Well,
no one's gonna take the bet. No, they'll come. They're coming. More and more crypto people are going to come, and traders.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. This is gonna be cool. I like this. I like the game aspect of it, and it's very cool. So how are you involved?
It's a nice way for people to put their money where their mouth is,
So how are you involved? You're part of the marketing team? Are you part of the development team?
So basically I'm part of the marketing team. I'm taking on kind of a role of, I want to say like, a bit of an evangelist for Jacob projects. I love what he's doing, and I love where things are going. So at the end of the day, I'm here to try and pump everyone's bags, and that's why I started my own YouTube. I did it really just because I thought, there's so many good projects out there. I just need to try and get a bit of a louder voice, really, instead of jumping on stream with other people all the time. Have a platform where people can jump on with me, talk about cool things that I like. That's kind of it, really. I want to talk about the stuff that I think is really, really cool. And PulseChain has a lot of things which are really, really cool.
It does, man. There's a lot of cool projects. I was pretty obsessed when I finally dove in and discovered everything going on in Atropa, in all the memes. It's just been amazing. Just been a giant.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely a sleeping giant, I think, right now.
Yeah.
And it just takes that one spark,
Yeah.
And off we go.
So he made Mafia next. So we did.
This is Mafia. This is the newest thing. So Mafia is basically it's a player versus player Mafia themed play and earn game. Literally you play this game. There's over 50 different ways you can actually earn from it. You earn in-game currency, which you can then convert out of the game if you want. The ultimate goal really is to become one of the top families in the game. So you can create, you can play this game like a rogue player, or you can play it as part of a family. If you click on the Vault tab for me at the top, then we can see. So basically right now on the Mafia token itself, there is a buy and sell tax. It's a 4.6% buy tax and a 16% sell tax. 100% of those taxes, literally 100%, go into what we have here is called the Vault. Right now we can see we've got nearly 4.5 billion pulse in the vault after 35 days, I think.
Okay.
And so
that's pretty good.
The ultimate goal is that the top 5 families every week will get a 10% payout from this vault. 10% of the vault value will be paid out weekly to the top 5 families, and it's really up to them what they want to do with it. You know, some of the bigger families, they will decide to share amongst all of the members, but again, they don't have to do that. It's kind of almost like a game of trust.
How do you become a top family?
You basically need to build your in-game worth, if you like. So this chart is something which is really new. So this basically shows where the biggest contributors for the vault come from. So we have the taxman, which is the buy and sell taxes. Then we have the in-game NFT marketplace. So in order to build your worth in the game, you have to build your inventory, whether it's weapons, whether it's security detail, whether it's, you know, your offensive detail, whether it's business items. You know, you can actually, like some of the families in here will have casinos and slot machines and bullet factories and all these type of things. So the players in the game will collect their inventory. If they want to pool the resources together in a family, they can. Right. And then the top, you know, from the list of families, I think we have 17 families in the game at the moment. So the top 5 of those families will get a payout every week from the vault. And they will get the payout in Pulse. So, yeah, so the top family we have here is the syndicate, right? So the syndicate are, because they're in top place, they're going to get a 30% payout of the 10% from the vault every week. So at the moment, I think they'll probably be getting about 100 million Pulse, I think, a week into their family, and they've decided to split it. 50% goes to the top 3 members, and 50% goes to all the other members in the family. Some of the families have different, you know, further different dynamics than that. Some of them give away a bit less. There are some families here which I think are basically just one player who's huge whale bags. So they're actually, you know, they've made their way into the top 5, and they'll just be walking away with all of this Pulse, you know. So we can see here the top 3 players. So we have Capone, Scarface, and Knuckles. So the Don, the Consigliere, and the Capodesina. Those 3 guys will actually be the ones that get the payout every week, and then they filter it down to the rest of their team, the rest of their people.
So this
as you can see, there
83 members in it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And if you scroll down a bit more, you can actually see the payout that every single player is going to get.
All right. Okay. Blade activator. These are groups within the group.
Yeah. So these are the capos, right? So these are like the team leaders, if you like.
Yeah. Okay. And they're pretty cool, man. What happens if I click on one of these? Capone. Too rich to be true. Guy lives in Bogota. Well, we don't know where they live, but
yeah, that was actually, you see the animation there? That was a new feature, the AI animation we did last week for all the characters. I don't know. Do you know the Gift Tech guys? Crypto Kool-Aid and Gifford Ware?
I don't, but I've heard there was a price chart of something called GIF or something.
Yeah, that's them. Yeah, that's their token. They're big players in this game now. You know, they've come on board recently, and they're actually starting to build out a bit more of a character lore for this. One of them, Crypto Kool-Aid, he's actually a professional game dev himself. I mean, he builds games for a living, and he said that with a project like this, that's actually their family. Yeah, so he said with a project like this. He would love to be in a position where he could actually really try and animate this to a real game and get that. I mean, if we think about it from an onboarding opportunity for PulseChain in general, having a real game where people can earn real money. I mean, it's not play to earn, it's play and earn, really, because there's so many different ways to do in-game tasks to get some revenue. It's just unbelievable. The onboarding opportunity for PulseChain is massive, absolutely massive.
That's really cool. Very cool animation. So walk me through, let's say I joined today and I'm like, cool, I want to compete so I can try to get into the top 5 and be a top family. What do I do?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so Yeah, so the very first thing anyone has to do really is create a character. So that character will cost, create a character will cost 2,000 Mafia. You can choose your character name.
Where do you do that?
If you connect a wallet, then so you connect a wallet and then go on to the main page, the very main page.
Okay. So you'd connect, make a character.
You connect to make a character, and then it's really up to you if you want to go. And in any of our Telegram chats, a lot of the families are really actively recruiting in there. Actually, it's not just about you trying to find one; they will find you. You know.
Okay. That's kind of cool. It's kind of neat.
Yeah. And then once you have your family, you can start to build out your inventory. So all your inventory adds to the family worth. And something which is interesting. So if you have Mafia token, once you create a character and join a family, you can stake your Mafia token in game, and you can earn 0.5% auto compounding interest on that every single day until the full game launch happens. Right now, it's a 12-stage launch, and right now we're at launch phase 6. So right now, literally, it's, where everything is still building off the ground. We've got a very in-depth in-game wiki on the website. So people can literally see, that you can do as much homework on the game as you want. It's really quite full on. But I mean, actually, as we're looking at the chart, okay, now bear in mind, we do have this buy and sell tax. So every time someone buys or sells the Mafia token, the Mafia game itself will sell that back into Pulse to put it into the vault. So there's constant sell pressure, really, in order to build this vault up. And the chart is still, I think the chart is looking great.
Yeah, it's in an uptrend. Can't go wrong with that. I'm sure at some point we'll touch this line, but we're looking good. We are looking good. Yeah. Yeah, it's a really nice bullish pattern here. Coming into this, we'll probably come down, start moving down, maybe touch again, but at some point it's going to break up, constantly making higher lows. So it looks great. You got market cap's 2.3 million, liquidity. How many holders are there? Let's take a look real quick. Wow, you guys are growing. Look at that. 4,000.
Yeah, growing like crazy. Yeah. So yeah, it's a billion tokens in total. 800 million of those went to the initial holders. 100 million into liquidity and 100 million for a team wallet.
Okay, what do you think people are excited the most about this? Because there's two parts, right? One is some people who just might want to trade the token, and that's it. But what do you think people are excited about in the game aspect of it?
The game aspect, it kind of is a killer be killed Mafia game. So if you create a character, that character is assigned. It's tied to that wallet that you used to create. Okay, in this game, you have one life. Okay. So you can attack other players. You can be attacked. If you have, for example, if you were to take out a hit on someone, so you go out, or you take out a hit on someone, they happen to have a bunch of their in-game resources with them in their wallet. Once you kill that wallet, you get all the resources, and that character, that wallet, is then dead from the game. So if that person wants to continue playing, they would literally have to go and create a new character and come back into the game again.
But how would you kill them? How does that work if I wanted to take a hit?
So there's attack and defense. A lot of the different in-game resources are things like guns, so bullets. So this is actually going to be a multi-token ecosystem. So right now, the Mafia token is what's live. There's going to be bullets, which is going to be another token with its own LP, and there's going to be health. So you can purchase bullets to use in-game to try and kill another character.
Right.
Once you kill another character, you basically, if you're stronger than them, or if they don't have enough protection, and you have more of the in-game offensive NFTs, you can whack that character, and you take whatever in-game resource they have in their wallet at that time. you take it. But it is going to be quite expensive to kill people. So it's going to be like is it risk versus reward type thing.
So if I find out someone's trying to kill me, what do I need to get? What's my defense?
You would have, if you go into the marketplace, just click on the marketplace tab. So yeah, so actually, no, it's okay. We can do it from here. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so these are all the different in-game resources which are currently on our own NFT marketplace. And, we can see here actually at the top. So the NFT marketplace right now has sold $165,000 worth of goods in the past 3 weeks since this actually opened. So in a roundabout way, the NFT marketplace is actually probably one of the most successful NFT marketplaces on PulseChain at the moment.
Yeah. Wait, I'm sorry. Where's this music coming from?
It's up at the top on the right. There should be a little speaker. You can just click it off.
No, I did. What's going on? Hang on 1 second. Okay. Just in case. I can't ever predict what the volume might be like, and I want to wreck the stream with like a really loud. Okay. So yeah, it looks like there's definitely a lot of trading of these going on right now.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, we launched this 3 weeks ago, and it's on fire at the moment. So in game, you can get what are called keys, and you use those keys to open these crates. It's almost like a bit of a lucky dip RNG NFT. I mean, it's an NFT in effect, and with that NFT, you open that. Yeah. And then it will give you a selection from one of these. So it'll either give you in-game cash, bullets, health, it'll give you a shop item, it'll give you any of these. So you get from one of these 10 categories, and then you'll get a second pull, and it will give you which rank that's going to be. So you can see if you get one of the lower level items, or if maybe you get, you hit it lucky and you get all the way up to the $10 million cash in game or something like that. That's basically used to build your inventory. Building your inventory boosts your character worth in the game. And then if you are in a family, then that would also add to the family's worth. So that's what helped get the families up through the ranks at the moment.
Bodyguards. So if someone's attacking me, I could just load up on bodyguards.
Yeah, so obviously, I mean, the level 10 bodyguards are the strongest ones. So if I was attacking you with a level 5 and you had a level 10, I don't think I'm going to get very far. But if it was the other way around and you decide to attack me and I had a lower level, there's a pretty good chance you'd be able to kill my character. Ultimately, I mean, this is a game of let's all be nice to each other and use, because you can do things in game, like you can run heists, you can smuggle things in the game, which all have a value, and all of those things will earn you real in-game cash, which you can then convert back into Mafia on the way out. So there's a lot of different ways to earn. If it was a nice, peaceful game and everyone just went around doing their own things and actually trying to work together to find, to create the best smuggling routes and all of these things, okay, then that might be pretty cool. But I think we're going to see, it's going to be a bit kill or be killed. Hey, you've got a really good smuggling route, and you're making 100 million pulse every week. I want some of that, so I might come in and just literally just attack you.
So people are incentivized in this game to want to get into one of the top 5 families or make their family one of the top 5. Yeah,
that's where you get the most profitable way to earn in this game is to get control of the vault.
Okay, and so you have to be offensive to climb. Yeah.
You don't have to be offensive at the moment. Right now, you just have to have the highest worth. We can see here the worth rank.
Yeah.
And that's from the in-game resources. So if you wanted to be in the top family right now, yeah. That's it. It starts accumulating. We can actually see, I think it's family number 5 on that list are the Hustlers. Mm-hmm. So the Hustlers is Lit Games. My Life is Awesome, the streamer.
Oh, right. Okay.
He was, he was the first PulseChain streamer ever, actually. He's the very first one. And he streams still regularly every single day. He started this family. He got a few people to join his family. And then what he did, he just went on a mad, opening these keys like crazy, like a lunatic for a few weeks. And he managed to put himself into the 5th position. So by accumulating everything, he's boosted his family into that top rank, or into the number 5 rank. So he's guaranteed a weekly payout at the moment. I mean, that obviously, because the game is still in pre-launch phase, we don't really know what the final rankings are going to be, but some of the bigger families they're starting to run away with it at the moment. There's also something which we launched a few days ago called allegiances. So families of higher ranks can become partners with families of lower ranks based on territories. And this is actually also what happened. So the hustlers joined with the syndicate and allegiance. Okay. So therefore it boosts both of the families up.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, this is interesting. Now, are you playing? Do you have a family?
I don't. I'm not in a family. Because I'm doing more of this marketing side, I need to be sort of neutral ground, neutral territory, so I can help elevate the game and everyone as a whole. And plus I talk to a lot of the dons in the families. I don't give out anyone's secrets. It's really, I'm here really neutral ground. I'm neutral territory. Right? I'm like Switzerland at the moment in this. But I can tell you, yes, I have some of my own characters, and I will be playing Rogue. I will be out there.
Oh, very cool. All right.
This game is really like, someone described this. Corey Costa described an earlier version of this as a carnival on PulseChain, just because there's so much to do. But I was on stream with him a couple of days ago, and as an onboarding tool by itself, this game is phenomenal. As an educational tool, it's also quite phenomenal, really. I mean, it's got interactive staking. It teaches you about staking. It teaches you about inflationary yield versus real yield. It teaches you how to purchase NFTs and how to sell NFTs through the NFT marketplace. Okay. It will obviously teach you the game mechanics of how to play the game also as we go ahead. But
so,
I mean, even
just so I understand, this is priced in Pulse or USD?
No, this is our in-game currency. So
is in the
Mafia itself. Mafia itself is an external currency, right? That's literally the LP. In the game, we will have an in-game currency as well, in-game dollars.
Okay. You guys need a Mafia logo then. Maybe like an M with the line through it or something.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I'll make a note of that. Good man.
But price USD, yeah, I see that. It's super cool, man. Cool cars. It's going to be 75,000 of these Mafia tokens, and you can buy the car. Got you. And then when I have the car, it becomes one of the assets in my family. Or is it my asset as the character?
It's yours, but if you're in a family, it adds to the family's value. But it's yours. Okay. It's your characters.
Got you.
So obviously you can trade in around your family. Some of the lower level cards, for example, a lot of people are going to be able to sell those cars to a bullet crusher to crush them for more bullets, because obviously bullets are one of the biggest and most important in-game assets. I mean, it's going to be something which everyone will want a lot of, just so they can not be so worried if they get attacked. So there's lots of different ways to earn these bullets.
So this is telling you how much Mafia token the family has in that wallet?
Yes. They're collective.
And then what is the bank in?
So I remember I told you. So if you have
Mafia,
if you have Mafia token and you stake them before game launch, then you are effectively putting them into this family bank. Okay, and that is actually earning you this 0.5% compounding a day.
So this is a staked amount, and this is their cash, so to speak.
Yeah, well, the Mafia itself is their cash. The staked Mafia on the right-hand side, ST Mafia, is how much they initially staked. Oh. And then the bank shows what is with the compounding interest that they're earning at the same time.
Oh, that's okay. Cool. And then what's this vault access? Some people can't get in. What is that?
Yeah. So as I said, the top 5 families earn from the vault. So the first place family will earn 30% of the 10% vault payout every week, and then it's 30. So it's 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and then we have 3 places of conditional payout. So 6, 7, and 8. So if the vault payout on a weekly basis, if the payout on a weekly basis is higher than the previous week, that means that the game is going the right direction. So these lower level families, these 6, 7, and 8, will also get a 5% payout from the vault.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's a bonus. If the game is doing well, the 6, 7, and 8 will earn. If the game is not doing so well in that particular week, then no, they won't.
So you got to get in the top 8. That seems to be, you got to fight your way.
Getting in the top 8 will be wise,
sure.
Yeah. And then also, if you are one of the 6, 7, or 8 member families, you can also maybe do an allegiance with some of the higher level families to try and maybe boost up that payment every week.
What will an allegiance provide you? Well, what would be
for example? Let's say,
like if a family's in number 3 and someone at number 10 wants to make an allegiance, what's in it for family number 3?
Yeah, so family number 3, they could maybe get an influence over that particular territory. So we can see that different families have headquarters in different cities.
Okay, they're in New York. Okay.
So if they wanted to have a presence in, I don't know, Palermo, for example, like Cosa Nostra, if they wanted an influence there, maybe they liked some businesses that were there and they wanted to try and slowly start to take over those and expand their reach. So they would partner with a family that are there. It helps to really boost their influence over the whole scale of the game.
Got you.
Yeah, so it's a huge drawn out game. It's absolutely, I mean, it's really, really big. I don't think we'll have time to go through the whole wiki on stream today, but the wiki white paper it's full, and it's constantly evolving because the game is getting bigger and bigger as we go.
Yeah, it definitely looks more complex already than when I checked it out a few weeks back. So yeah, that's cool, man. This is very cool. Now tell us, what is Jacob working on next? What is he doing next?
Outside of Mafia, you mean?
Yeah, you said he was working on a lot of things, and he has other ideas.
He is.
What's he got going next?
Yeah. So, all right. So PulsePredict, as we saw, PulsePredict. That's cool. Is still. I mean, it's moving along. The token is not active yet. Obviously, there will be once the infrastructure on PulseChain gets a little bit stronger. We still need oracles and things like that over here. Once we have oracles across, then PulsePot itself can start to add more games. There's a lot of games that we already have developed that we can't really do right now because we can't really launch right now just because we don't have oracles yet.
Oracles are difficult. Who do you think will take the responsibility on to build an oracle? Or where do you think?
I can tell you that Jacob was asked if he would spearhead a development team to do it. He was asked by a few different devs. I think there's a little group of them getting together, and I know that if they do, Jacob is there for sure on that team.
Yeah, that would be interesting. But I think you would need more than. Well, I don't know. I've never made an oracle, but it seems like a complex task on many levels, with a lot of challenges and hurdles to get over.
Exactly. But I think there's enough people in the community that want it and that need it that they're going to put something together.
What about RH? He must understand. I mean, we all understand the importance of oracles, but do you think he's working on something?
Honestly, I don't know. It's a real shame that Chainlink just won't do it. They just won't do it. They just won't. They won't bite that. They won't bite the bullet and just decide to do it. I know Jacob has spoken to them. Jacob has spoke to the Chainlink team, and he said, "Look, what are your plans?" And they said, "At the moment, we don't have any plans to expand onto PulseChain. If they don't, then it's on us."
But Oracle is, Chainlink is BlackRock as a partner, I think. They're part of the board in some fashion, so I don't think they're going to allow them to go support DeFi protocols.
But Chainlink, their full support on the Binance Smart Chain.
That's true.
Why not here?
Yeah.
And I mean, Jacob, I know he talks to the team quite regular. Before PulseChain was ready, we launched. Before PulseChain was ready, we couldn't launch PulsePot, so we actually launched BNB Pot because we were ready to go. We were ready to go, and PulsePot, wasn't, PulseChain wasn't ready, so we launched over there, and we were using Chainlink Oracle for our randomness generator, and they looked into the tech and they loved what they were doing. They have a really good relationship with Jacob. So, I mean, if anyone could get them to come over here, I'm pretty sure it would be him. And he's had the conversation with them and they said, not at this time. So I think it is going to be left. Yeah. I think it is going to be left to us over this side.
On our shoulders.
I think we're more than capable of it. I mean, we have some really good developers.
That's some of the smartest people in crypto over here. So something will happen, and for all we know, our HR already has something in the works.
That would be great. It would be nice if he announced this, told somebody. But outside of that, Jacob currently has a sacrifice open actually for Jacob and team they believe that they've solved the algorithmic stablecoin trilemma problem. And they believe they've solved it with a number of stability miners. It's a project called PulseChain There was a working prototype online a few weeks ago, or a few months ago, and it's still very much there. He really believes that he's solved the problem with algorithmic stablecoins. And if he says that he has, then I absolutely believe him. He said that one of the biggest problems that Luna had was that it had a limited amount, a really small limited amount of tokens to help try and balance everything out. Everything was too dependent on each other. So with PulseChain USD, there's actually, I think there's like 6 different tokens, but they all work together. So the main ones are PUSD, Algo, and Flex token. And it's basically, you're using these stability miners to mint your own stablecoin.
You're minting your own stablecoin using these stability miners. Look, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, we got to try stuff. We got to try. It's going to be a lot of this experimenting and improving. And
I mean, in your own time, have a look at this. You can also search on YouTube. There's been a lot of AMAs done about it already.
PUSD.
And there's been a lot of stablecoins. A lot of conversations happening about it already. The sacrifice is currently open, and I mean, it'll happen this cycle for sure. I think according to the sacrifice, I think we're around 48% of the way there. But there's a lot happening.
28 days left. What's the sacrifice at now?
I think it's at $435,000. I think.
Yeah, there it is. $435,000.
Yeah.
Bonus multiplier sacrifice for $1,000. Get it too. So if you sacrifice, what do you get? One USD, you get 20 algo, 200 flex, and 0.01 wrapped PUSD.
Wrapped PUSD, yeah.
What is this flex again? Yeah,
so in the system, the more you use the protocol, the more you use stability miners, the more you earn, the more you mint, the more you stake. You get these flex tokens like a reward token. So flex is the rewards.
Gotcha.
For using the protocol. You can use that then to sell into algo, which will be the Luna, if you like. It's like the Luna token where we'll see all the gains. And what you're doing, you're constantly, but everything you do in the system has a small, I think it's, if if I remember rightly, it's either 0.8 or it's a 1% fee, and the 1% fee is used to prop up the liquidity pools through the stability miners. Anyone can come in and create a stability miner. So what you're doing, you're reinforcing the peg of that. And because you're doing that, granted, you're staking your token away, so you should be rewarded in this flex token. And then you can use the flex token if you'd like to rinse, repeat, keep doing that, or you can find a way to change it into algo and then go and actually sell that on the market without hurting the peg.
Okay, interesting, man. This is very cool. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely spend some time check this out too.
Yeah, I think really, like, to be totally honest, I think this has the ability. PulseChain USD has the ability to be one of those PulseChain original protocols, which has the ability really to be forked back to other blockchains, to be forked back to Ethereum, because it solves the problem with algorithmic stablecoins.
Well, we'd have to devote a show just in going into that and talk about this.
I would absolutely be happy to do that, man.
Big can of worms here. What are your thoughts right now on the PDI narrative? What are your thoughts on that right now?
I like PDI. The thing is, I don't know what plans Richard has for PDI anyway. You know what I mean? For sure, like, even though he doesn't say that much, he doesn't really reference that many protocols or anything on PulseChain. We know 100%, 1,000% that he sees everything that's going on. He sees it. I mean, he's all over X all day. He's like, now, the last few days, he's over X a hell of a lot. He's, granted, he's not commenting very specifically on it, but I mean, he sees everything, right? He sees everything that gets a hashtag PulseChain for sure.
For sure. This is a baby, and there's a lot on him right now, a lot of heat, but he's seeing how everything's going from the.
That's it, right? He just has to take it in his stride at this stage.
He's hiding in his Faraday cage. He's watching, though. So, okay.
Yeah, I think there's a hell of a lot going on. Even all the bickering, I'm extremely proud of what the community is doing. There's a lot of good projects. There's a lot of good ideas. And now, of course, it's the best time to have all these type of projects, because at the end of the day, we want to have a functioning. We don't just need cool stuff to do. We need something that can generate enough transactions. Number one, to make sure that the chain are happy, right? That the validators are happy. Like Mafia, for example. I mean, if we look at every single thing you can do inside and out of Mafia, it just creates transactions. It's a transaction beast. Jacob's constantly having to update the servers, even as it stands now. So that's the validators are happy. That's great. Now we need to get more eyes over here, right? So we have Pulse Mafia, but we also have BNB Mafia. So it's the same game, exactly the same game on the Binance Smart Chain, and they're both going through launch phase together. They're both going to be announced at the same time, the whole lot. It's a literal copy. So that in itself will garner eyeballs over this way. Things like the algorithmic stablecoin that Jacob has going. I really believe, we will definitely talk more about it, but I really believe that has the ability to be a project which is forked back to other blockchains. Imagine the eyeballs that's going to get us. We know we need infrastructure here. We need the copy paste protocols. We do. We need them, right? We need forks of certain things. Right. But definitely, because we need the infrastructure to be built around here. But at the same time, we need projects which will bring people over here. Right now, we're kind of just doing this. I pay money to you, you pay it to him, and he pays it back to me again. Right now,
that's a lot of crypto right now, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I totally agree. But we need to try and break that mold a little bit sooner rather than later. And I think getting this. Granted, look, when Richard, if he decides to start putting some of this ETH money into Pulse and green candles, yes, okay, that's going to be all the marketing we ever need. I'm guessing, at this stage. But we need to have some nice things for people to play with and do when they get here.
Yeah, I agree. And you guys have some very cool stuff. ready for them.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, and I mean, knowing Jacob, there'll be a ton of more stuff coming.
Well, really quick before we wrap up, I know that we'll have to talk again. I feel like you and I have a lot to talk about, and definitely going deeper in a lot of these things. What do you think about the state of the general economy? How much time do you think is left in this cycle? Left translated, normal, and the shenanigans with the election. How's that going to affect us? Yeah. How do you think the cycle is going to play out? Do you have an opinion, or are you just kind of going with it as we?
My personal thing is I'm just going with it because as soon as we have some real feedback from our rates, then everything will start to rise anyway. We'll all be happy. But saying that, wow. There's some crazy shit happening over your side of the pond. Yeah, really, it's been quite an eventful couple of weeks. But one of the things which I'm actually, I have to say, one of the things which really surprised me was that all of a sudden now the Republicans are pro crypto, like big time pro crypto. It's come out in a lot of conversations recently. Then I think there was
presidential campaign and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and then I think there was talk a couple of days ago that maybe Larry Fink is going to be Secretary of Treasury, right?
I think
and we know that he's a Bitcoin boy. So if that all comes to fruition, then wow, this could be the first super cycle we've ever seen.
Do you believe he's a Bitcoin boy for real?
I do. I believe that it's just about money, right? It's it's numbers on a spreadsheet, and I think at the end of the day, if the US were to add Bitcoin to the balance sheet, oh my goodness, right? I read today actually that I think Russia have said now that you can use Bitcoin to pay for certain things. I have to read the article. I'll send you the article actually if I can find it again. But I read it, and that was like today. So considering the news that we've had, the last couple of days from your presidential candidate about being pro crypto, and I know that when he met B Roots a few weeks ago, B Roots went to one of his talks or something and brought it up. He was pro crypto then. So if that continues, then I think this is going to be this is really going to be one of those cycles which will be remembered in history. Really, I mean, if the US adds it to the balance sheet, wow.
Is that assuming that that side of the race gets into office? What if the opposition gets into office? Will they have a different take?
Okay, talking about the opposition. I mean, the opposition again. It was only really the last 2 days when I started to look at this regarding the opposition. And it's strange how someone can, flip the script in a day, right? It was going down this. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's like going down this road of like, no, we need more regulation. We need all of this. Yeah. And I think it was like today or yesterday that no, there's a bit of a softer approach towards cryptocurrencies. And I thought, okay, if it goes more that direction, then I don't know. I really don't know. Then I think it's up to Richard to save us all, buy an island somewhere, and give us all passports. Richard, thanks very much.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember there's talks. Richard's going to make an island.
Hexaco. Hexaco. Let's do it.
Somewhere in our dreams. That would be something else. But man, Cole, it's been an awesome conversation. Is there anything else you want to wrap up with? And do you want people to reach out to you if they have questions? Or where should they go if they have questions about all these, everything we talked about?
Yeah, perfect. So I mean, just if you are a builder on PulseChain, or if you're thinking about building on PulseChain and you don't really know where to start, reach out to someone. We have a great community. We are hands down the best community in all of crypto. I believe that balls to bone. Like, I really do. It's if it's a thing you have an idea and you just don't even know how good it is, or if you don't know if it is a good idea, if it's a non-starter, reach out to someone, ask them, start a conversation on X. Do you know what? But if it's the thing that it's not a good idea, don't be afraid when people rip it to shreds in front of you. But no risk, no reward, so if you have to do that, then do it. If it's a thing you want to look into some of our projects, you can reach out to me. It's Kvlt DeFi on X, Kvlt DeFi on my own YouTube, Kvlt DeFi on Telegram, KVLT DeFi. If you want to have a look at Mafia, join us on Telegram, please. It's t.me/PLS Mafia. If you want to have a look at the Binance version, t.me/BNB Mafia game. I absolutely hope to be on with you again so we can talk about more stuff. If any of your people reach out to you and they want to get in touch with me, hey, my DMs are open all the time.
Yeah, I'll put all the information down below, or at least some of it, and everyone can reach out. And yeah, we definitely got to do it again. We got to go deeper down some of these rabbit holes.
Yes,
we're not too far off on time zone, so let's make it happen. And thanks, man. Really had a great talk.
That sounds good to me, man. Thanks very much, really. I appreciate it. And you.
You got it. Talk to you later.
Ciao.
Cheers.